Who do you think is more insufferable, this Jennifer Welch woman or Riley Gaines? Welcome back to the show. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let's get to it. First topic, JD Vance makes a great point about why we should not worry about what the Democrats may do in the future. Roll the clip.
Hello, JD. How you doing today, man?
Good. How you doing?
In the wise words of Ricky Bobby, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Don't feel bad. Neither do I half the time, man.
Okay. First off, yeah, laugh it up. Okay, first off, I just want to say I am a huge supporter of the Trump administration. I was 3 months too late to vote for you guys, but if I could have, I would have. So I'm a huge supporter of you guys before I make my argument. But there is something you guys are doing that is kind of disturbing me a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. You guys have sent the military into Washington, D.C. and a few other cities that I can't think of off the top of my head, which, first off, they've had wonderful results. Like, no one can deny the results of that. It's wonderful. Some might even say the greatest. I'm a comedian.
I like this guy. Who is this guy?
Thank you, JD. I like you, too.
Now he's gonna ask the question about all the shit that we did wrong, but that's okay. Go ahead and ask your question.
But yeah, I'm just wondering, well, it's not necessarily something you did wrong, but it's what could someone else do wrong? Let's say we get a complete tyrant in office, and let's say Turning Point USA is having a huge protest against, something really bad that we don't like, and let's say he's, a president is saying that it's getting violent. How can we, I'm trying to think, my mind's kind of blank. What is the difference between what you're doing and how could we prevent someone from abusing that power?
Yeah, so look, I understand where the question is coming from, and I think it's a fair question. And it's going to sound like I'm being sarcastic, and it really is not meant in any offense. But when you talk about what could another administration do, to take a wild, hypothetical example totally off the top of my head, what if Joe Biden sent the Federal Bureau of Investigation to start arresting his political opponents? Okay? So here's something that I want every conservative to remember. It's an important part of my entire political philosophy is we cannot be afraid to do something because the left might do it in the future. The left is already going to do it regardless of whether we do it. That is the takeaway of the last 40 years. And in particular, if you look at what we're doing, if Joe Biden wanted to deploy the National Guard to a red state in a place where the murder rate was twice what it is in third world countries to actually go after murderers, that would be a great use of the National Guard. Unfortunately, I don't think Joe Biden would use it like that. What I'm worried about, frankly, is what the far left already did with American law enforcement, and that is the thing that we have to prevent against. And the answer to that question is you make sure the people who did it face penalties for using the federal power against American citizens. And by the way, that's exactly what we're trying to do. Thank you.
Thank you, JD. Honor to meet you, man.
Good to meet you too, man.
Yeah, he's completely right. I mean, we don't need to be worrying about what the Democrats might do in the future and let that dictate what we do today. We just need to stay the course and just keep doing everything possible to make America great again and just get it to the point in the next 4 to 8 years, 12 years, if JD Vance gets 2 terms. Just make it so that it's irrefutable, the greatness that has become America since the Republicans took over, right? And if they go back to try to undo the greatness that America has become, then it'll be just lambasted and ridiculed into oblivion because people will never want to go back to that ever again, right? So he's right. We just need to do what we need to do to make America great to the point where it's just thriving so much that if anybody tries to change it, it will just be seen as absolute insanity. But all right, let's get to the next topic here. Scott Jennings completely owned this CNN panelist for pretty much not getting the memo about Joe Biden's cognitive decline. Roll the clip.
I mean, he was, I think we all acknowledge, and the reporting is very clear, in severe cognitive decline. And so the committee the committee, you don't agree he was in cognitive decline?
I do not, because there's no medical evidence to say that. Now, that's a political talking point for some of you on the right. But there's no evidence to point to that. Dr. Scott.
Do you know?
Dr. Scott, do you have evidence?
Do you know why the president's physician took the Fifth Amendment before the committee?
No, the same reason why Republicans have taken the Fifth Amendment under oath.
Listen, if you're here to argue the sharpness of Joe Biden, I commend you on your effort.
I'm not here to argue that. I'm just saying there's no medical evidence to point there was some cognitive decline.
Do you have eyes and ears? I think you do.
I do.
Okay.
The same eyes and ears that saw.
And here's the thing:
this president prevented a government shutdown during his time. We talked about the bipartisan legislative agenda that he put together. So I do have eyes and ears, and you do too.
Jeez, how could you go on CNN in this point in time and still push the narrative that Joe Biden was not in cognitive decline? Obviously, the guy didn't get the memo. The Democrats aren't even pushing this narrative anymore. They realize that if they keep saying that Joe Biden never showed any signs of cognitive decline, that's pretty much one of the things that will destroy the party faster than anything. So even they had to come out and say, yeah, no, we're finally starting to see it. We didn't see it during his term, which is an absolute lie, but they're actually saying that, yeah, he may have had some cognitive decline. No, yeah, he did. Well, that's it, he did. Yet this panelist on CNN just still trying to push a fake narrative for some weird reason that nobody knows, but I guess he didn't get the memo. But all right, let's get to the next topic here. Fired CNN host and gay man Don Lemon has an interesting take on Megyn Kelly's appearance. Roll the clip.
Is Megyn Kelly chopped?
I don't know what that means. I don't know what is chopped. I've heard it, but I don't know what that means. What does chopped mean?
She's gonna get mad at me, dude. I don't know if I want this heat.
What does chopped mean?
Chopped means like not hot.
Yeah, she's chopped. I don't know, the whole MAGA look.
It's all the MAGA ladies.
Too
they
much.
Look. Kind of looks like a Barbie doll covered in like WD-40.
I think she looks trans.
Let's end on that note.
She looks clockable.
First of all, does anybody think Megyn Kelly looks trans? I mean, that is just such a stupid statement. He was trying to be like funny or witty, I don't know, but the most alarming thing in all of this, and Don Lemon should know better, is that I'm surprised he's using the LGBT community and trans people to throw an insult at Megyn Kelly, right? Isn't that a little weird? Shouldn't he be an ally of the trans community? Now, I don't really know what the relationship is between gay people and trans people these days. It kind of seems like the trans people are really giving gay people a bad name, but hey, it's all the LGBT community, and you guys are allies, so I want to see a little bit more respect from Don Lemon next time. But God, Don Lemon, I mean, I kind of, respect what the guy's doing. He got fired from CNN and he had to go pivot and do something. So he's going out there and getting his face out there and getting clips like this. But yeah, the guy is just, everything he says just makes him look stupider and stupider. But all right, let's get to the next topic here. I've Had It podcast host Jennifer Welch went on an unhinged rant about Riley Gaines. Roll the clip.
One thing I want to say about Riley Gaines, as she sits there and has the moral high ground against AOC. When I look at people, if I were to say who's more Christ-like, I would pick AOC and the atheist Jew Bernie Sanders and the Muslim Zoran Mamdani a million times over you, Riley Gaines, because Riley Gaines, all you do is hate on people. You are wound up like a cheap clock over trans people. You show them no grace, no compassion. You defend billionaires. You cheer and celebrate when children are zip tied. And then you have the audacity to get on television and try to lecture people who fight for the people that are suffering, that stand and put their arms around people that need sanctuary. And you try to act like you're better than they are. You're an insufferable twat. Nobody likes you. And no matter what, you will always have been the dumb bitch that tied for 5th place. And the only place that you could get a job is at bottom feeder Fox News, you insufferable twat. Nobody likes you, except for the other fake Christians that enjoy in their spare time watching children get zip tied and then sit there and justify it while they read the Bible with their hideous crucifixes around their necks. So fuck you, Riley Gaines.
Yeah, go ahead and let us know, who do you think is more insufferable, this Jennifer Welch woman or Riley Gaines? Yeah, I think that clip does a pretty good job of letting us know who's the more insufferable woman. But yeah, she just hates Riley Gaines because Riley Gaines is sticking up for women and trying to protect women's sports, and like, oh my God, she said something about the trans community, she's the worst person. It's like just such a tired narrative that nobody wants to hear anymore. And the whole, oh, she's gonna be remembered for finishing tied for 5th in a woman's race or whatever. No, the Will Thomas dude is gonna be known for being a pathetic man who finished tied for 5th in a women's race, right? So the whole, that narrative, oh, she's just gonna be remembered as a woman who's finished tied for, no. When it's all said and done, Will Thomas will be known as the crazy, unhinged, mentally ill person who decided to compete against women and finish tied for 5th. Yeah, that's absolutely pathetic for a man, folks. But that's where we're at today. Hopefully that we get in 10 years, this is all just behind us, and people like Jennifer Welch are just seen as the dumbest people on the planet for sticking up for it, and calling out people like Riley Gaines for just sticking up for women and common sense. But all right, that's it for today. Be sure to like, subscribe, and we'll be seeing you